Mr. Chris Courtney. Y'all go ahead and light up that chat for Chris. He's an amazing DJ, and we certainly thank you for serving on tonight, and we appreciate you to the utmost. Y'all go ahead and drop some flames in that chat, okay, for Mr. Chris Courtney, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. And truly, we appreciate you. And I'm so honored to be able to serve on here tonight. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you that are on here tonight. And before we get started, listen, I need everybody who is on here to do me a favor. Now, if y'all agree to do me a favor, I need you to go ahead and just type yes, I'll do you a favor in the chat. Type yes in the chat. All right, type yes. I see those yeses coming in. Now, what I need for each and every one of you to do that are on here, go ahead, grab that link that you used to get on here, and I need you to quickly send it to 10 people. Quickly send that link to 10 people. I'm going to give y'all like 60 seconds to do that, and then we are going to go ahead and dive right in. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much to our co hosts that are letting everybody in on tonight. All right. And it is my pleasure. I want to go ahead and give it right back to my mentor and my coach who is allowing me to serve on this platform tonight, Mrs. Nina Rochelle Mora. I count it as an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you tonight. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As Chris said, my name is Tedra Gordon, and I reside right in the state of Georgia, Powder Springs to be exact. But I am originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, so let's just go ahead and give it up for Philly is in the house. But I am, like I said, serving from Georgia on tonight. I am a certified health and wellness coach, and I am married, okay, and we have 4 adult children, one that lives with us, but it doesn't even matter about me on tonight. What I want to do is make sure I am a servant first and foremost to serve all of you. So if you are a guest on here tonight, where are our guests tonight? Could you go ahead and say me in the chat? And please let us know who invited you on here as well. We want to honor our guests tonight because you could be anywhere and you chose to be here. So we are in for a treat tonight, all right? And listen, when you get ready to embark on something, I want you to have your thinking cap on tonight, and I want you to give us your undivided attention on tonight because we have some information that we are going to share with you. So I want you to imagine standing at the edge of a wellness revolution, one where your health, your wealth, and your freedom are no longer controlled by complicated systems, but placed back in your own hands. Could anybody get excited about having their health placed back in their own hands? And if that's you, go ahead and put those hands in the chat for me, okay? Those raised hands to let me know that I could see you right there. I see those hands. I see those hands. And guess what? That is exactly where we are right now. So whether you stumbled across this on social media, whether somebody invited you here, okay, or maybe somebody tagged you, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that I want each and every one of you to know that you're not late, right? You are early, and being early does matter. Could anybody get excited about being early? You know, many times we see things and we're late to the party, right? But if you could, because you're early, you have advantage on being early. So if you're excited about being early, go ahead and drop some flames in the chat for me on tonight. Drop those flames. Okay, I see those flames. I see those flames. And because every major shift in history follows the same pattern, guess what? First, people doubted. Then they talk about it, and then suddenly everybody wishes they had seen it sooner. And I know there's been many things that I wish I had seen sooner. But on tonight, guess what? You're not sitting in the back. You have a front row seat in something that sits at the intersection of wellness innovation and financial opportunity. a movement that is helping people live stronger, feel better, and in many cases, create income while doing it. So let's be honest. People are everywhere are searching for solutions right now. We know the state of the world. People are looking for solutions. They want more energy, they want relief, they want clarity, and they even want freedom from complicated routines and dependency. Well, if wellness didn't have to be complicated, could anybody get excited about simplicity? And if you could get excited about having your health in a simple format, go ahead and type simple in the chat. I want to see the word simple. How many of you could just get excited about something being simple? I see that simple in the chat. What if supporting your body could be simple, drug free, and powerful? And what if that same solution that's helping people feel better could also become a vehicle for impact, for purpose, and income? That's right. I'm going to say that again: impact, purpose, and income. Well, that's the conversation that we're having on tonight, okay? And I want you to know this is not just about patches. This is about a movement, okay? A mission we call Patch 1 Million. That's right, I said not one person, not two people, not 100 people, but Patch 1 Million. A vision to place powerful wellness technology into the hands of 1 million people and beyond. So listen, you all, could you get excited about patching 1 million people? See, we've been a part of many things in the past, but have you ever been a part of a movement that's simple, that's duplicatable, and that all of us could participate in? So on tonight, I want to do two things. I want you to do two things. First, I want you to keep an open mind. And secondly, I want you to pay attention to what resonates with you because all of us are going to have something different that resonates with us. But I promise you, you will keep in mind that when you first hear about something new, it's new to you, but then oftentimes you look back and you say that was the night that everything shifted for me. You see, we always have to be ready to make a shift, and those moments don't come all the time, but I'm telling you, if you lean in on tonight, you're going to have a shift, and that shift will be totally up to you. So if you're ready to dive in, I need everybody who's ready to dive in to let me know I'm talking to the right crowd of people to type the words dive in the chat. Let's see that dive in. Let's see dive in because I want to make sure this is the right crowd. There's 272 of us on here. And if y'all are ready to dive in, you got to let me know you're ready to dive in. So listen, let's tell your body the one thing that it can do for you. Because guess what? Your body is always listening. Every step you take, every surface you touch, every small change in pressure or movement, your skin notices it first. Then your brain decides what to do next. This is how your body has always worked. Superpatch starts right there, not by adding anything new, but sending a clear, gentle message through the system you already trust. And that's why we call our patches messengers. Why this makes sense and doesn't ask for blind belief? Because for years we were taught that wellness had to come from outside pills, powders, stimulants, and chemicals. But the truth is our nervous system already runs the show. Y'all, listen to that. Our nervous system already runs the show. It controls how we move, how you rest, how you focus, and how you recover. I'm going to say that again. It controls how you move, how you rest, how you focus, and how you recover. When communication inside that system gets fuzzy, the body works harder than it needs to. And Superpatch was created around one calm idea. If you can improve the clarity of the message, the body will do the rest. The body will do the rest as long as it has that clear message. So, no forcing, no overriding, and no ingesting. It's just a better signal. If y'all can get excited about just having a better signal, go ahead and type signal in that chat. Just a signal. And remember, the patch doesn't fix you, it reminds you. A super patch does not push chemicals into your body. It doesn't tell your body what to do. Instead, it sends a message, a physical signal your nervous system already understands. So that system helps your brain organize information more clearly so your body can respond with more ease. It's not about adding power, it's about restoring communication. So if you could get excited about just restoring communication, y'all go ahead and put some flames in that chat, all right? Now listen, you're probably saying she said a lot on tonight. Mrs. Gordon said a lot, but what I want you to do, we're going to get ready to show a 5-minute video. Now, when you see this video, I need y'all to really lean in. If you have a pen and a paper, you can even take some notes, okay? Because you're only going to remember certain things. But this video is going to show you specifically how Superpatch works. And after that 5-minute video, we're going to have Dr. Tamara Dunn come up and speak about our 15 patches and also have some people share some testimonials. So let's go ahead and tune in for this 5-minute video.
On average, it covers about 21 square feet, bigger than a typical door frame. It comprises 15% of your body weight and contains 11 miles of blood vessels. I'm talking about the biggest organ in the human body, your skin. And now, the Superpatch Company is unlocking the superpowers of human skin. Your skin protects you from invaders like germs, helps you regulate your body temperature, and allows you to feel tactile sensations like hot, cold, rough, and soft. In fact, the Nobel Prize was awarded to a couple of doctors who unlocked the secrets of our body's sense of touch and temperature. Imagine you have a tiny team of workers inside your body. When your skin experiences something hot or cold, or something touches your skin, these workers send messages to your brain telling you what's happening. They're called ion channels, and these sensors are the key to a new cutting-edge technology utilized by the Superpatch Company. This elegant and effective technology has gone through clinical studies, and the amazing results have been published in peer-reviewed science journals. And their benefits are game-changing. For example, let's talk about pain. The Freedom Superpatch focuses on pain management. Users of the patch reported a 72% reduction in pain within minutes, and the relief lasts for 24 hours. Here's how this amazing technology works. It's well known that our minds regulate our physiology. The autonomic nervous system and other neural networks, much like computer programs in our mind, control every aspect of our physical lives, from our heart and breathing rates to sleep and pain. But these networks can become dysfunctional or damaged due to factors like illness, stress, injury, or the environment. And when your neural networks stop working optimally, it can affect every aspect of your health. So to utilize these neural pathways, those ion channels, the Superpatch Company has been developing skin stimulation technology for more than 12 years. It's called haptic vibrotactile trigger technology, or VTT. Each Superpatch contains very fine ridges that stimulate receptors in your skin. Think of them as braille for the brain. And the unique patterns of these ridges help reboot a specific neural program. When these ridges touch the skin, the stimulation starts instantly correcting those neural programs, essentially rewiring your brain. We're talking about life-changing benefits. For example, more than 50 million Americans have sleep disorders. And according to the National Institute of Health, insufficient sleep is estimated to have a negative annual impact on the U.S. economy of more than $400 billion. Studies have shown that people who wear the REM Superpatch for 2 weeks fall asleep 48% faster and get almost 25% more sleep at night. Every year, more than 36 million falls are reported among older Americans, and studies show that balance is the most reliable biomarker for longevity. In other words, if you have good balance and stability, the more likely you are to live longer. Studies on the Liberty Superpatch reveal that it can improve balance and stability by more than 30%. This is all done without drugs, electronic stimulation, or therapies. Most importantly, the patches are safe and easy to use. 100% drug and chemical free. No ingredients or supplements, and there are no contraindications or side effects. It's great to be active. It's even better to be proactive. The Superpatch, backed by research, proven by science.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this evening? I absolutely love that video. All right, and now when we heard Miss Tedra Gordon talk about how our super patch devices is just a messenger for our body, right? It's just there to help our body do what it already knows to do. So now we have everything. We've got a simple explanation, we've got the science behind it, and now we can go out and just be healthy, right? So now we are going to get started. We are going to learn about our 15 super patch devices. And I hope you got your papers so you can take some notes, because we're going to go over some different combinations that can help you as well. I'm going to share my screen one more time so that I can get the document up. 1 second. There it is. All right, so what I love about these patch combinations is that once we use the combinations, we can help up to 90% of the symptoms that most people go to the doctor for. If you can give a thumbs up if you can see this screen, okay? Perfect. All right, so, and for our guests that's on the line and maybe even our new associates, you can screenshot this screen here. So these are all of our 15 super patch devices. And of course, if we listen to the video and listen to Mrs. Gordon earlier, you already know that they are all 100% drug-free, no ingredients, no stimulants. They are FDA registered. They are safe for all ages, from babies all the way to seasoned saints, right? And then they also have no side effects, no contraindications, all right? So that is what I super, super love about these patch devices, because I don't know about you, but I'm not on any medications. And for those of us who are on medications, I don't want to deal with all the side effects that comes with the medications, right? I just want my body to be healthy and be well without being fearful of my wellness, right? So we're going to go through these patches. Number one, so we've got our Liberty patch, which is one of our foundational patches. And with the Liberty patch, we're going to have better strength. We're going to have more energy. We're going to have better balance and stability. Our Liberty patch can help reduce inflammation, give us better range of motion. But the number one thing there is that last point, it can put our brain back to homeostasis. And you're like, well, what is that? And why is that important? Well, our body is controlled by our autonomic nervous system. All right. Our autonomic nervous system controls our cardiovascular system, our digestive system, our respiratory system, reproductive system, like all the systems that we have, our autonomic nervous system controls that. And if anything is hindering those pathways, anything in the environment, maybe it is a side effect from a medication, maybe it's foods, any type of toxin that gets in our body. And that's when our systems start to not be as regulated. That's when we start having heartburn and start having pains from endometriosis or breathing problems, asthma, like all those things. So the Liberty patch, when we put that on, it helps to regulate and correct and repair those pathways so that our brain can get back to baseline. All right. So Liberty is so important to have for any reason that you may have. All right. Now, if we add Freedom to that, Freedom is our pain patch. And if you are like levels maybe 1 to 5 in your pain, the Freedom patch is probably okay. All right. You might could put 1 or 2 on, maybe acute stomach ache or acute headache, anything like that. But if you are dealing with actual chronic pain, maybe you have some sciatic nerve problems, maybe you have fibromyalgia, maybe you have inflammatory arthritis, neuropathy, anything like that, you probably want to couple the Liberty and Freedom together, and that's going to give it an added benefit to help with pain and inflammation. And I would say probably levels 5 to 7, the Liberty and Freedom will be very well together. Now, if you're dealing with pains like skyrocket 8 to like 15, 20, right? Sometimes we don't even know how much pain we're in. It's so much. We're going to add Victory to that. If you slide over to the right, you see the Victory patch, and you see how the Liberty and the Victory are pretty similar. That as well helps with balance, helps with strength, stability, and energy. But also the Victory works on the other side of the brain, right? So you have the Liberty working on one side and you've got the Victory working on the other. So that's going to give you an added benefit. But Victory also helps with neuropathy pains. It helps reduce inflammation, helps with muscle recovery. And Victory also is profound in athletic performance. All right. We actually have a new clinical study that proves the efficacy of the Victory patch in D1 athletes at Arizona State University. So you can check that out on superpatch.com, or the person that invited you, you can go to their website and check that out. So if you are in high levels of chronic pain, Liberty, Freedom, Victory, if a person maybe have had a stroke and is dealing with balance and instability and immobility, right? We're not moving around too good. We want to do those 3 in combination. All right, so we've got our Defend patch, which is good for our immune support. I love Defend, especially right now, because it helps with our allergies. When I turned 40, my allergies went crazy. I never even had them, but all of a sudden my eyes was itching and my nose is running, like all the things that come with allergies. And it's just right now, this is the time, right? I didn't have to take not one Zyrtec, not one nasal spray, not one eye drop last year because of this Defend patch. All right. So if you suffer with allergies any type of way, you want to get Defend. But also, Defend helps increase our blood flow and circulation. All right. So if you deal with any heart situations, Liberty and Defend is a very good combination for you there. All right. We have, let's do Focus. Focus is good. It gives us focus. It keeps us productive, gives us mental clarity. And we have our new patch called the Zen. If you put those 2 together, all right, now give me Y'all type in the chat. Who is loving the Zen right now? Zen is one of our newer patches that just came out last month. And Zen is on a whole nother level. All right. I have found Zen to help with pain. I have found Zen to help keep your body calm and your thinking calm, help with your focus, but it also helps with great memory enhancement. The Zen works on 5 different cognitive networks in your brain. So that's why I think it works so well, because it's hitting a lot of the different patterns. A lot of our patterns kind of intertwine together, our pathways intertwine together. So the Zen can help with anything, really. So I think Liberty and Zen are the two that everyone absolutely should have. And if you need better clarity and focus throughout your day, Zen and Focus is the combination for you. All right, we've got Peace that helps reduce the stress. It helps calm our mind. We've got Joy that gives us a better mood. Sometimes we don't wake up, overly happy and energized all the time, right? Sometimes we just need a little bit more joy in our life. So we can add that joy patch. And if we're dealing with any type of anxiousness, grieving, sadness, the peace and joy is a great combination for that. Okay. We've got our boost that gives us pure energy. All right. We know all those things that's in the store, those energy drinks, we don't need those, right? That messes with our heart. And we just want something that is holistic and great for our body. Why not the boost patch? You just put that on and it's just going to give you the natural energy that you need throughout the day. All right. So we've got our REM patch. I love REM. So REM, it gives us, it doesn't put us to sleep. So REM is not like a melatonin effect where it's going to make us drowsy, right? If we listen to the video, it just helps us get a better quality of sleep. In REM, I have found it gets better and better and better as you wear it each night. And actually, I found that it works pretty good, even if you keep it on during the day. So it's not a patch that's going to make you drowsy. It's just when you do go to sleep, you're going to get a better quality of sleep. And after about 2 weeks of wear, your quality of sleep is going to be up to like 30% better. You're going to be falling asleep faster. And why is that important? Our body can repair better when we have good deep sleep, our REM sleep. Our body can turn into fat burning mode when our cortisol levels decrease. When our cortisol levels decrease, we're not as stressed out. So it is very important for us to get great quality of sleep. And I know you're like, well, I don't have a problem going to sleep, but type in the chat, do you have a problem staying asleep? So all of that up and down, that is not good for your body and your well-being. So that is why we need the REM patch so that you can stay asleep and get a good quality of sleep. All right, so we got our Lumi patch that is great for our skin. I always say it can help tighten the skin. It can help clear up the skin. All right, it helps with any surgical scars, anything like that that's dealing with the skin, eczema, psoriasis, rashes. Defend in Lumi works very well if you have an allergic reaction, you break out into something. Defend in Lumi works very well with that. We've got Rocket. Now, Rocket is one of my favorites. Now, it says reclaim stamina and passion. So I know we can get excited about that, right? But ladies, let me tell you, Rocket is good for us. If you are a woman of a certain age, you already know what we're going through, right? We've got hot flashes and night sweats and crankiness, mood swings, stubborn belly fat that just won't go away and we don't know why. Rocket is great to help put our hormones back in balance, all right, without giving us hormones. We don't have hormone replacement. This just gives us the signal to our brain to balance everything out the way that it's supposed to be. All right, so Rocket, I love Rocket. Rocket and Peace does very well for me. I used to wake up and have to change my pajamas 3 times because I'm soaking wet, right? And since Rocket, I have not had to do that. And that also helps with menstrual cramps. So Rocket, listen, y'all got to get that. Just have it in your house. We've got Ignite, which helps us burn up to 500 calories at a resting, capital letters, resting state. All right. We don't even have to be moving around a lot. We can just be sitting in our office working and you're burning calories. It helps increase our metabolism. And we couple that a lot with Kick It. Kick It helps break addictive behavior patterns in our brain. So that can be anything from smoking, biting your nails, maybe even procrastinating, laziness, just behavioral patterns that we've done to ourselves. We can break those patterns with the Kick It, right? But Kick It will help control your appetite and your cravings. So that with Ignite helps you in that way. Let's see what else. I think that's all we got. Assure is our other newer ones that we've got from last month. Motion sickness, nausea, dizziness. So if you're ready to get on the cruise, but you're scared because you don't know how you're gonna be, get you some Assure patches. Any woman with child, anyone dealing with any type of vertigo, motion sickness, nausea feeling, the Assure will surely take that away. All right. So those are our super patch devices, all 15, and in different combinations, again, can help up to 90% of the systems that you go to the doctor for. All right, so it's just a lot of unlearning and new learning. We want to change that medicine cabinet to take out those pills and put in your super patch devices. All right, so what we're going to do is let me stop this. We've got some great testimonies for you this evening. So, first, we are going to start with Miss Tracy Clayton and her mother, Miss Donna. You can unmute. Once you start talking, I can find you so I can bring you to the spotlight. Miss Tracy Clayton and Miss Donna. You should be able to unmute yourself. Got you here.
Can you guys hear us?
Let me find you. I can hear you. Just keep talking. I'll get you. Go ahead. Keep talking, Miss Tracy. You have to unmute yourself. Okay. I made you a co-host. You should be able to unmute yourself. I could hear you earlier. Okay. All right. So she just went off. So she might come back. So we're going to go to the next one. We got Miss Tracy Smith. We got all Tracy's tonight. If you are on the line, Miss Tracy Smith, you can unmute yourself. Slides. Other Miss Tracy Clayton, are you back? Can you unmute yourself? Fine. Type in the chat, Miss Tracy, if you can't figure out how to unmute the line.
I
But
think I've
Miss,
been unmuted.
okay, Miss Tracy, are you Tracy Smith?
I am.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna start with Miss Tracy Smith, and then we will figure out the other Miss Tracy. All right. It's a Tracy night.
I see her. I
All
do see.
right. All right. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, I'm very excited. I was invited here by Miss Mary Sims, and I kind of ignored it. I really did. She's been after me for over a year to try the patch, to introduce the patch to me, and
Now that's
I
not
am
good.
in the insurance business, and my daughter's a doctor, and I'm on payments. So I was like, well, okay. But few days ago, I had been in the bed for like 3 days. I had um hip went out, and that's a sciatic pain that comes from your backside, wraps around to your front side of your leg into your groin to the point I could not walk. And I went ahead and ordered it as a favor. And when it arrived, that was while I was in bed. And I tell you, I could not put my foot on the floor. It just hurt too bad to move. You can't find comfort anywhere, in any position. But long story made short, I put that freedom patch on, and I am in shock. And I mean, I am in shock because I have suffered with this for over 15 years. And it's just for occupation. I've danced and cheered and done a lot of things. And, you get dropped when you're the small one. But anyway, long story made short, I felt it instantaneously. I felt a little tingle when I first put it, in the area. She said to put it where it hurt. When I first applied it, I could feel a little tingle, and I mean 5 minutes later, five, not a long time, nothing. I literally could just move and not feel the pain. You know what I mean? Then I got up. I'm walking and I'm not limping. I'm not holding on to everything. I went to the restroom. I didn't have to hold on to anything to keep myself up. And I'm talking about, I can't tell y'all the joy when just to be able to do regular things, put your clothes on and not hurt. You know what I mean? Um, so I probably did wrong because I have not taken the patch off. Because it has just done such a tremendous job. I did jumping jacks. I have not done jumping jacks in over 10 years. You hear me? Because I could not put the weight down on my foot because my hip would just go out and I might find myself on someone's floor. So I am grateful to this. You got me completely. I don't know all the processes. I started watching the videos today, but I recommend this to the world. I lie to you not. We need natural healing, and the pain meds that they have had me on, they cause great depression. And when you're not mobile and you have friends your same age or you have grandkids, you have, things you want to be able to do and not be in pain. You know what I mean? Or I gave up going on a cruise this couple of weeks ago because I knew I would have to do a whole lot of walking. So I would refrain from attending, different functions because of this pain. But hallelujah, glory to God. All I can say is I could just hug the creator because you did us right. I don't feel hung over. And you talked about all the other patches that enhance your mood. Well, that one freedom patch, I could cry. I'm so happy. I'm not joking. My mood has changed. I'm telling you, I'm hungry. I haven't used
Absolutely
pain
awesome.
pills.
And
Sometimes
your
just
mood
take
has
your
changed
appetite.
because your quality of life is back, right?
Amen.
And
Yes, it
so what
is.
what would you say in the 15 years on a daily basis, what was your pain level, would you say? Like as far
A
as 1
daily
to
basis,
10,
about a 7 on a
about a
daily
7 every
basis,
day for 15
every
years.
day. Mm-hmm.
And you on pain medicines and none of that works.
None. It's a, steroids will subside your pain momentarily. You may
Mm,
have a couple of days. It's there. It's not dormant, but you still feel it. It's just not as intense. However, it's not there. I mean, I'm sitting even in my chair in my office. And I'm telling you, I have went to go buy new chairs because I said I got to find the comfort, something I can sit here and work, and not be in pain and not have to get up 15 times the whole nine. But
yeah.
glory to God. Like, again, all I can
Awesome.
say, thank you, Jesus, for it.
Yes, amen. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. That was super amazing and continues just to get better and better. Awesome.
Amen.
All
Glad to
right.
hear.
All right, Miss Tracy Clayton. Now, I made you a co-host, so you should be able to unmute yourself. So let's go ahead and try it out there. All right, I think it's working. Go ahead and start talking. I'm gonna find you.
Okay, so it did allow us to
Okay,
unmute.
gotcha.
It literally when the other Tracy started talking, it's when it went through. I don't know what the delay was about. But yes, I agree with Miss Tracy wholeheartedly. This is my mom,
Hello,
Donna
Miss
Harris.
Donna.
Hi, how you she doing? Is the one that Mary Fitzgerald patched up. My mom has suffered from chronic pain, just as Miss Tracy said, like for over 20 years now. Um, my mom went into the hospital to have a lumbar epidural, and her blood pressure was 294, believe it or not, when she went into the hospital. They were supposed to wait um, before they did the procedure. They did not. She ended up having a stroke on the table. Um, and they gave her, I forget what the medicine is called, to reverse the stroke. The hospital covered it up. My mom has not walked ever since. She has not been able to have use in her arms. Miss Mary Fitzgerald came over, and first she did the stress test on me, which blew me away. I honestly, I couldn't understand if it was witchcraft or miracle. It was um not the stress test, the balance test. I'm sorry. And when she first did the balance test, every time she pushed down, I would literally trip over. I would fall over, I would lean in, I would lose my balance. Miss Mary patched me, and instantly I became strong. It was like the cartoon Popeye eating spinach. I instantly became strong. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely could not believe it. Um, she patched my mother. My mother has not moved her arms since last year, this time. She has not been able to raise her legs since last year, this time. Um, Within 10 minutes of being patched, she was able to raise her arms, raise her legs, wiggle her toes, everything. Um, it was really hard for me not to cry, um, because I know the amount of pain and the discomfort that my mom has endured and that she suffers through. And to have her wiggle her fingers, I think my camera went out. I'm not for sure, but she's over here wiggling her. She's wiggling her.
Well, you keep wiggling, Miss Donna.
um this and she couldn't move them. She couldn't. So to have her, I'm sorry you guys, I'm trying to get a good angle of her. She couldn't raise her arms or anything, and to watch her like lift her arms above her head, it was amazing. It was, and I saw the slogan. It's something about super patch mastery, and I'm like, no, this is super patch ministry, because it does change lives and it is healing. And I'm grateful to have met Miss Mary Fitzgerald. I'm grateful to have been able to purchase and experience Superpatch. And I have read and I have listened, and there are more patches for me to buy for myself. So thank you. Thank you, everyone, for allowing our testimony. And thank you. Thank you, Miss
Absolutely.
Mary, for introducing us to Superpatch.
Awesome. Congratulations, Miss Donna. I'm just so excited to hear how you're going to have great progress in the months to
My
come.
arm's going out.
Oh, yes. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. All right, guys. Well, that is why we do what we do. That right there, those two testimonies that we heard. So listen, I'm going to bring up Mrs. Tedra Gordon back up. She's going to go ahead. You can come on up with me. You can unmute yourself, Miss Tedra.
Yes, ma'am. Those
All right.
testimonies were amazing. My goodness gracious. They were good, right? Exciting, super exciting. So we just want to say thank you to those testimonies tonight. And y'all go ahead and drop some fire in that chat one more time for those amazing testimonies. And as you can see, as we have been talking about, when the body gets the right signal, right? The body can do what it needs to do. And that's why we call our devices messengers. So listen, you've heard so many great things tonight. You've heard about Superpatch. You saw a 5-minute video that explains what it's all about. And now you heard about the patches and you even had some live testimonials. But I want to share with you 8 marketing advantages, which basically is going to what separates Superpatch from everybody else, right? We know there's plenty of companies out there, but we have 8 marketing advantages that just put us above the rest. Can somebody say above the rest in the chat? And that's what sets us apart, all right? So as I'm talking about these, feel free to write them down so that you can reference them for the future. First and foremost, we have a co-op marketing program. And only being 3 years young, that is super exciting, okay? That is very exciting. So please remember that. Then we have a perfect price for our consumers. You know, a lot of times when things are on the market, they could be too high. They're not affordable for everyone. These are the perfect price. The next thing is huge for me and it's huge for so many people. No change in lifestyle is required. Most of the time when you have, products or devices that you can use, you have to change something. Here, you don't have to change anything. You heard through the testimonials tonight. They just put the patches on and then their bodies did what it needed to do because it got the right signal from the brain. That's exciting. If y'all could get excited about that, go ahead and drop those flames in the chat. Then we have regulatory and clinical compliance. All right. And that's huge because we have 16 publications on our website. 16. So, the science is already settled. The research has been done. When you have 16 publications that you can reference on the website, that is amazing. And then you heard them talk about it on the testimonials. We have products that work fast. You heard somebody say 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Within minutes, Miss Tracy just said she was able to get stronger in an instant from our Liberty Patch and have more balance. That's exciting. Most of the time, you have to use things over a period of time before they begin to work. And we're not saying that's not the case sometimes here, but they do work fast. And then we have products that work and are for anyone. So there's no, set of people that they work for and won't work for. They're good from a baby all the way up to a senior. Okay. And then number 6, we have solutions and products that are for maximum market opportunity. That just means that they can be used by the masses of the people. You heard Dr. Dunn say we have the solution for 90% of the problems that people go to the doctors for. That's huge, okay? Because if we can serve that many people, then that means, guess what? We are that drug-free solution for so many people. And last but not least, we have globally protected IP and technology. Now, I know y'all are probably saying, now, what is she talking about? That's a lot right there. So basically, what this is, and this is huge for our company, if anything were to happen to our CEO, Mr. Jay Dollywall, you have up to 75 years before anybody would be able to do anything. 75 years. So that means Superpatch cannot be duplicated. There's nothing that could be done to replace Superpatch. And also, if somebody did try to duplicate Superpatch, they face fines per patch of $250,000, not $25, not $250, but $250,000. So you can see how these market advantages just set us above the rest. All right. So get excited about that. Remember that. Keep that in your arsenal for when somebody says, well, what makes Superpatch different from everything else? You have those to your advantage to share with somebody else. So go ahead, Dr. Dunn. You want to just go ahead and take over and tell them how they can get started with this exciting opportunity?
Yes, it sounds like we in the right place at the right time. That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Yes, so we heard all night about why Super Patch, but now let's talk about how. All right, so there's 2 different ways that you can get started with Super Patch. One is you can become a customer. We love our customers, right? We welcome you if that's the path that you would like to take. You can get back to the person that invited you, get their link. You're going to automatically get 30% off of your order with every order if you use their link. All right. So make sure that you use their link when they send it to you. But after you've been listening to all this goodness about Superpatch, right? It just kept getting gooder and gooder. Listen, if you know that you can help a lot of people, if you know a lot of people, if you know people that know you, and you know you can get this out to the masses, you might as well become of our Patch 1 Million mission, right? And you could become an associate, a Superpatch ambassador with us. And we've got different ways that you can get started. You can get back to the person that invited you and they can explain a little bit more, but you already know what's my favorite pack. We've got different packages. I need all the associates to put in the chat what's the best pack for everyone to get. You want to get the Flex 40 kit. All right. So you're going to get 40 packs of patches for just $14.99. And that's going to be customizable. So you're going to be able to get any patches that you want to get. So you and only you know your people, know your market. So you're going to be able to get all the patches that you need to help the masses in your community. Okay. So 40 packs of patches, and you got to have some for yourself. And you got to have some to go out and patch people. So this is the best pack. We also had the Flex 20, where you're going to get 20 packs of patches for $9.25. We've got a Flex 10, which is a customizable pack for 10 packs of patches for $4.99. And then we have a no excuse pack for $40. But $40 is not going to get you any product. It's just going to give you a membership so that you're able to start your business. And that's not going to give you any patches. So we got a simple system, guys. Patch, post, share, and care. All right, put that in the chat. Patch, post, share, and care. So tonight we are going to make a decision, right? But we're going to take it a step further than that. Just like our leader, Mrs. Morris, say, we don't want to be addicted to the information and allergic to the execution, right? So when we make a decision to get started tonight, we've got to get right into action, all right? Action takers are what? Money makers, right? Action takers are money makers. So we're going to make a decision to get started tonight. We're going to pick the best pack that's going to be best for us. And then we are going to just get into action, patching people, posting, and then we give you the videos and all the posts that you need to post. We give you everything that you need so you can get right into patching people and posting and getting into the system and helping us change the world together. So we appreciate you guys for being on with us. We learned a lot. Thank you, Mrs. Moore, for allowing Ms. Gordon and I to serve the team on tonight. We're going to be right back here next Monday night at 7:45 p.m. So I want everyone here to come back and bring another guest with you. So we should be packing those lines out next week. All right. We had 312 people on tonight. No reason why we shouldn't have 500 on next week. All right. So I want to see everyone back with a guest. And I just appreciate you. Thank you so much. DJ Chris, you can take us out.
You're listening to the Super Mix on the Superpatch Vision Mastery Call with Nina Moore.
We turn it up! All right, y'all. Listen, next Monday night, get here, y'all. Send the link, send the link, send the link. As the beat goes on, we're going to see you again. My name is Chris Courtney from Jacksonville, Florida. It's been my pleasure DJing for y'all. Good night.